So, hello everyone and welcome to statewide lecture. Welcome back to online education. Myself Shilpa Chhatrabandh from Vikrori Parkside MPS Secondary School, and today we are going to continue with the subject Science 2. And today we are going to cover the analysis of practice paper 4. So students, you are very well aware as your prelims are going on. So let's see the analysis of Science 2 practice paper 4. Your paper is for 2 hours and it carries 40 marks. So some instructions are given which you have to follow. So what instructions are given here? That all questions are compulsory. Okay. Now second instruction, that is you have to draw diagrams wherever they are necessary. Means scientifically correct label diagrams should be drawn wherever necessary. So it is the necessity. If the question has the necessity of a diagram, you have to draw a diagram, well labeled diagram. So use of a calculator is not allowed. So in this is in this paper you are not allowed to use the calculator. So the numbers to the right of the questions indicate full marks. So right side their marks are given and they are full marks. Okay. So in case of MCQs, question number 1A, only the first attempt will be evaluated and will be given credit. So if you attempt this question once, so that will be considered, the first attempt will be considered and that marks will be given to you. Otherwise, if you give second attempt, that will not be considered. Okay. For each MCQ, the correct alternative A, B, C, D with sub question number is to be written as a answer. So the, for example, it is given for first question. If the answer is correct, then you have to write the correct option. If it is A, B, C, D, and the correct option is A, then you have to write question number 1 and option number A. So in this way, you have to solve the question paper. Okay. So in this way, you have solved this question paper today. So that was the first page. This is the second page. This is the third, and this is the fourth page of your question paper. So how you have solved that we will means how to solve this question paper that we are going to see. And we are going to analyze this question paper. So the first one, question number first A, it is write the correct alternative. So first question is, microbes are used for dash of in solar lab dash energy is used. So which is the correct answer of this question? So we will see. So in solar lamp, four options are given here, that are heat, wind, light, and sound. So, which is the correct one? So, the correct one is the option number C, that is light. Now, the second one, the first example of Homo sapiens is dash. So, four options are given. First one is A, Neanderthal, B, Dryopithecus, C, Cro-Magnon, and D, Ramapithecus. So, the correct option, that is A, Neanderthal. Okay. So, third one, World Biodiversity Day is celebrated on. So, on which day Biodiversity Day is celebrated? So, they have given four options. A is 5th June, B 22nd March, C 21st June, D 22nd May. So the correct option here, that is D 22nd May. Now fourth one, harmful bacteria like dash in the intestine are destroyed due to probiotics. So four options which are given, they are A, Streptococcus thermophilus, B, Lactobacillus, C, Clostridium, and D, all of the above. So the correct option here, that is harmful bacteria like Clostridium in the intestine are destroyed due to probiotics. So the probiotics, they contain the means good bacteria, and they destroy the harmful bacteria that are Clostridium. Okay. So next, fifth one. This animal is a link between mammals and reptiles. So the given four options in from the question, that which one is the link between mammals and reptiles, means it has both the characteristics that are of males and of reptiles. So four options which are given, they are A, duck-billed platypus, B, peripatus, C, lungfish, D, whale. So the correct option here, it is A, duck-billed platypus. So the duck-billed platypus has some characters of mammals and some characters of reptiles. So both characters are present in this duck-billed platypus. So it is the connecting link between mammals and reptiles. So next question. Now question number first P, it is solve the following questions. So what are the questions here? So write the first one is, write the type of asexual reproduction shown in the diagram. So after looking at this diagram, you will come to know that this is the example of budding. Okay, so this is a type of asexual reproduction shown in this figure. So how will you write this answer? So the answer is the figure shows budding in east, and this budding it takes place in the east. So the figure shows budding in east, and budding is the type of asexual reproduction. So this is one type of asexual reproduction. So many types of asexual reproduction are there. Multiple fission is there, and means so many types of asexual reproductions are present in unicellular and multicellular organisms. Fragmentation, regeneration, these all are types of asexual reproduction. So next question it is, write whether the following statement is true or false. So which statement is given here? So it takes thousands of years for useful structure to disappear. So after reading this statement, what we will come to know, that is there any possibility of disappearing of a useful structure? So we have studied that the structures which are useless, they get disappeared after 1,000 of years. We have seen vestigial organs. So these are the types that are which are not for any use in our body. So this uh, statement, it is a false statement. So we have to write here, that is, first you have to write false, and how this statement is incorrect, that you have to explain after that. So you have to write the explanation that the functionless structure will disappear. Means if that structure, it doesn't have any function in the body, that type of structures, they disappear, not the useful one. And the useful structure of the body will not disappear. So if the useful structures will disappear, what will happen? Oh, so many parts of our body, they will get disappeared, and whole body structure will be of no use. So the functionless means the structure that has no function in the body, and they are means only for means they are of no use, that type of structures will disappear. So this statement is false, and you have to write the explanation in this way. Now next one, third option, third question, write types of stem cells on the basis of sources. So you have to write here types of stem cells, and what are their sources, basis of their sources. So how will you write this answer? That depending upon basis of sources, stem cells are of two types, as embryonic stem cells and adult stem cells. So you can write the sentence in this way also, and you can write point wise also. Means two types you will write. Here I have written that in that type you have to means give some heading to that two types. So first one is embryonic stem cells, and second one is adult stem cells. So while checking it, means appears to the means examiner, he will check it easy. It will look means attractive also, and examiner will also give full marks if that type of heading is means heading, he looks, it looks attractive. Okay, so Next one. Next question is fourth one. So here, what is the fourth question? Find the correlation. Correlation between red panda is, it is a rare species. Means red panda, it is a rare species. So Shekrukar, this is which type of species? So you have to write the correct option here, and the correlation between Shekrukar and the type of species. So the correct option which you have to write here, it is indeterminate species. So Shekrukar is a indeterminate species. Now next one, match the right pair. So here group A contains only one option and group B contains two options. So first option is laughter club, second one is tobacco free campaign, and group A contains only one option, that is Salam Bombay Foundation. So you have to match one option, and Salam Bombay, you know that it is a tobacco free campaign. So you have to write it in this way. So this is the easy question, and you can score easily this marks, 5 marks from this first B question. And first A is also very easy. So first A and first B, total 10 marks, they are easy to score here. So you have to practice more for these MCQ type questions. So you can score more marks in means MCQs. Okay. So now next we will move forward to next question. Question number second A. So what is the second A question? Give scientific reasons, and you have to write any two here, and it carries 4 marks. So what is the first question? First question, it is a Krebs cycle is also known as citric acid cycle. So here you have to write answers point wise. You have to write in numbers, or you can write means stepwise. You have to write the answer, so it looks good, and those who are checking the paper, they also means it makes easy to check them. So, and your paper also looks very nice. So you have to write answers point wise. So here answer you have to write in points. So if this question carries 2 marks, you have to write 4 points on that question. So here points I have written, that are first one, Sir Hans Crabbe proposed this cycle, and hence it is called as Krebs cycle. So why this cycle is called as Krebs cycle? Because Sir Hans Crabbe, he proposed this cycle, and so on his name, this cycle's name is given as Krebs cycle. So these are series of cyclic chain reactions which begins with acetyl coenzyme A and molecules which act with molecules of oxaloacetic acid. And third point, that is the reactions are catalyzed with the help of specific enzymes. Fourth point, it is the first molecule formed in this reaction is called as citric acid. So the first molecule which formed in this reaction is citric acid. Means the reaction first molecule, it is citric acid, so it is also called as citric acid cycle. So you have to write lastly that why it is called. So the last concluding sentence, it must be, therefore Krebs cycle is also called as citric acid cycle. So this is the complete answer for this question. So if you write this type of answers, you can score out of marks for each question. So write answers point wise wherever it is necessary. If the answer, it doesn't require any if it doesn't require points, so there you can skip that points. But if that answer, the necessity is there of points, then you have to write answers point wise. Okay. Second one, it is possible to produce energy from MW using solar photovoltaic cell. So yes, it is possible to produce energy from using solar photovoltaic cells. Solar panels are connected in series and parallel to generate required current and potential difference. So many solar panels connected in series form a solar string and are connected in parallel form a solar array. So you have to write here. If you write point wise also, it is considered, and if you write in this way also, you can get full marks. Okay. Now next question. Next one is, the body temperature of the reptiles is not constant. So in this give scientific reasons, 3 questions are given. You have to write only 2. If you have know all answers, you can also write all answers. But if time is there, then you can write it. But if time is not there, you must write only any 2 of these 3 1. Okay. So third answer of this question is, you can write as I have shown that point wise answer. First, that is, reptiles are cold-blooded animals. Means first you have to write that why the body temperature of the reptiles is not constant. First you have to write how its body is. Reptiles are cold-blooded animals. So the thermoregulatory system is not there in their bodies. So their body temperatures fluctuate as per the environmental temperature. As we humans, our temperature, it is constant, that is 37 degree Celsius. So we are warm-blooded animals. Animals, we are also one type of animal only. We are mammals. Okay. So the cold-blooded animals, means these reptiles, they don't have thermoregulatory system that we have. So their body system is not there in their bodies. So their body temperature fluctuates as per the environmental temperatures. So if the environment, it is hot climate, then their body also means reacts, and its body temperature also increases. So therefore the body temperature is not maintained at constant level in reptiles, as they are cold-blooded animals and they don't have thermoregulatory system. their body temperature is not constant. Okay, so this was about question number second A, give scientific reasons. So we will move to next question, that is question number second B. Now solve the following questions. Now here in question number 2B, we have to solve any three. Five questions. Five questions are given. Out of that, we have to write any three. Okay. So first, you have to remember that whenever you get a question paper, first you read whole question paper and then decide which question you will write first. Means write all the questions. You have to write all the questions, but the easy one which you have studied and which you have memorized, or which you think that you can write easily this answer, write first that answer in your answer sheet. Okay, so that will help you to manage your time. Okay, time management is very necessary while writing answers. So first write all easy questions question wise, means from first to last. First solve all the questions that you think that are easy for you and you can write easily and you can manage the time. When you get time, then you move to all the hard questions that you have to think about it and you have to write about them after thinking, and you require much more time for that. Okay, so here from these five questions, which three you think that they are easy, that you will solve first. Okay, so let's start our first question, that is what is environmental conservation and what are the levels of biodiversity. So how will you write the answer? First you have to write about environmental conservation. You have to define environmental conservation. So what is it? Environmental conservation is a practice of protecting the natural environment on individual, organizational, or governmental levels for the benefit of both the natural environment and humans. So what is environmental conservation? It is means you have to individually protect the environment, and you have to means organize, you have to means protect it organizationally, and government also has to means protect the environment by its level. And these are the three levels by which we can conserve our environment. So these are means the three levels by which we can protect our environment. So for what we are conserving it, because for the benefit of both our environment and we humans, both are protected due to environmental conservation. So next question's answer is what are the levels of biodiversity? So you have to write the levels of biodiversity. So answer to this question is there are three levels of biodiversity. Only by writing the names of that will not give you means marks. Here each question carries 2 marks. If you only write the definition and you don't write about the 3 levels in detail, you have to write 2 lines for each type. So that will give you full score. So first level, that is genetic diversity. Second one is species diversity. Third one is ecosystem diversity. So write some lines about this, and that will be very useful for you. So what is genetic diversity? It refers to the variation in gene within a species. So this is a small sentence that will help you in scoring good marks. So species, what is species diversity? It refers to the variety of species within a region. And what is ecosystem diversity? It includes all the species and all abiotic factors characteristic of a region. So if you write in this way, you can score 2 marks for this question. Okay. So next one, question number 2B, second question. Identify the phylum of the animal shown in the diagram and write down its 2 characteristics. So identify the phylum means the picture which is given in this question. You have to identify it and you have to write down its 2 characteristics. So by observing, you can see that this is the picture of, or this is the diagram of a starfish. It is easy to identify. This is the easy question. So this, how will you write the answer? The starfish shown in the figure belong to phylum Echinodermata. So if you identify it, you have to write the name of the phylum, which for means to which it belongs. So this animal, starfish, it belongs to phylum Echinodermata. So next question from the same means same one, that is write down its 2 characteristics. You have to write 2 characteristics. I have given one extra characteristics that if you don't remember 2, so one option extra I have given here. Okay, so first characteristics, it has means hard plates under their skin instead of a backbone. Second one, it has spines or spicules covering the top or dorsal surface. And the third characteristic, it is hundreds of tube feet which help feeding and movement. From these 3 options, you can write any 2 characteristics. Okay. So in your textbook also, so many characteristics are given, and you can refer textbook. It will help you to take out some easy characteristics which you can write in your answer sheet. Okay. So third question, that is complete the following conceptual picture related to environment management. So this picture, it is given, that is only microbes it is given. So 4 boxes are given. You have to write and you have to complete that conceptual picture. So in the first box, you have to write microbial inoculants, biopesticides. In the second box, you have to write biofuels. In the third, you have to write biogas and composting. And in the fourth one, you have to write sewage treatment. So in this way, you can complete this conceptual picture. So we shall move to next question on question number 2B, that is fourth question. So here the question is, write a note, biotechnology professional uses. So here you have to write a note on biotechnology, and you have to refer means its professional uses. Okay. Okay. So just we will see the answer, and first we will see fifth question, that is identify the nature of disaster and explain the consequences. Okay. So first one is terrorism, and second one is famine. So we will see first terrorism, how it is a disaster and which disaster it is. It is a man-made disaster. So terrorism, it is man-made disaster. Terrorist attack can cause ripple effects through the economy that have negative impacts. Second one, the most obvious is the direct economic destruction of property and lives. So while means there is a terrorist attack, what happens? The economy gets disturbed. There is a economic destruction also of properties and lives also. So many properties they get destroyed. So many people they have to means their lives are destroyed. So it has a bad impact and negative impact on our economy and life. So terrorism indirectly affects the economy by creating market uncertainty, xenophobia, loss of tourism, and increased insurance claims. So this terrorism, it indirectly affects the economy, means uncertainty means phobia, that what will happen after some time. There is no certainty about anything. So people they means they become uncertain about all things. So these are the consequences which happen due to terrorism. Now next famine. Famine, it is a
Hello, Shilpa ma'am.
natural as well as
Hello,
yes,
Shilpa ma'am.
yes ma'am. Hello, hello, hello. What happened? Famine, it is a natural as well as man-made. Hello, am I audible?
The screen not visible.
Screen is not visible.
Screen not visible.
Okay, ma'am. I will try. So is it visible now? Is the screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Now visible.
Okay. Okay, shall I continue? Okay. Famine, it is a natural as well as man-made disaster. It means may be naturally, or it may be created by or it may be created by man. The first point, that is, famine is a widespread condition in which many people in a country or region are unable to access adequate food supplies. So famine, it is means in Marathi or in Marathi you can say that dushkar. Okay, so that is famine. It it makes people unable to access adequate food supplies. Okay, famines result in malnutrition, starvation, disease, and high death rates. So due to famine, these problems they may occur, which can means disturb the nutrition of humans. And disease, it can cause diseases, and the death rate may increase. Okay, so next question, that is question number 3. Solve the following questions, any 5, and it carries 15 marks. So each question it carries 3 marks, and you have to write that much points which are required to fulfill and to complete the score of 3 marks. So you have to write that much points in your answer, so you can score out of 3. So first question, that is, write answers to the given questions. First question A, that is, what is central dogma? So in for that question you have to write uh, this much answer. Information about protein synthesis is stored in the DNA, and synthesis of appropriate proteins as per requirement is necessary for body. So these proteins are synthesized by DNA through the RNA, and this is called as central dogma. So this answer it is expected for this question. So second, that is B option. What is cloning? So what is cloning? You have to write, cloning is the process of generating a genetically identical copy of a cell or an organism. So this is the answer for cloning. Next, that is C. What is triplet codon? So what is a triplet codon? The code on mRNA for each amino acid consists of 3 nucleotides. It is called as triplet codon. So this is the expected answer. And if you write the answers in this way, you can score 3 marks for this question. So next one. So next one, that is second, explain the difference between glycolysis and Krebs cycle. So you have to first draw a means you have to make 2 columns, one for glycolysis and one for a Krebs cycle. So and you have to write points relevant to each. Okay, so if you write uh, 1 point in one column, means for glycolysis, that relevant point should be given in the second column, that is Krebs cycle. So the points must be relevant. So the process of first point, that is the process of glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell. So the location of glycolysis, it is given in the first point. So in Krebs cycle also you have to give the same point and its location. So what you have to write here, Krebs cycle takes place in mitochondria. Glycolysis, it takes place in cytoplasm, and Krebs cycle, it takes place in mitochondria. Means both points are relevant, they show location. Okay, so second point, it can take place in both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Here the point is respiration. So opposite point for that or relevant point for that for Krebs cycle, that is it takes place only during aerobic respiration. Means here both in both respiration, aerobic and anaerobic respiration, it takes place in both, but in Krebs cycle only aerobic respiration, in it takes place on only aerobic respiration. Okay, so the third point, that is 2 molecules of pyruvate are obtained in glycolysis. Means what is the product in glycolysis? So 2 molecules of pyruvate, they are obtained. And in Krebs cycle, what is obtained? Pyruvate is converted into CO2 and H2O during Krebs cycle. So here both points, you will see here 2 molecules of pyruvate. Here pyruvate is converted into carbon dioxide and water during Krebs cycle. So next point, 2 molecules of ATP are used up in glycolysis. So in glycolysis, 2 molecules of ATP, they are used. And in Krebs cycle, what happens? ATP molecules are not used in Krebs cycle. Means here in glycolysis, 2 molecules of ATP are used, but in Krebs cycle, no ATP molecule is used. So both are relevant points. So next, 4 molecules of ATP are produced in glycolysis. And in Krebs cycle, 2 molecules of ATP produced in Krebs cycle. Last one, it is CO2 is not produced during glycolysis. And in Krebs cycle, CO2 is produced in Krebs cycle. Means both are opposite to each other. CO2 is not produced, CO2 is produced. Okay, so these are the points. If the question is for 2 marks, you can write 4 points. But if the question is for 3 marks, you have to write 6 points, and you have to write relevant points to each other. So you can score good marks for this question. So now next one. Next question is explain. Okay, sorry. What do the following symbols indicate? Third question. What do the following symbols indicate? Give your opinion on this. So the symbols they are given here, and you have to write your opinion, and you have to write what these symbols are for. Okay, so how we will write the answer now? So first one, A, the symbol A, this symbol tells us to keep our waste carefully. So the symbol, it shows that we have to keep our waste carefully, and the garbage should not be driven anywhere. You have to collect the garbage in dustbin. Okay, but it should be properly managed. Waste, if managed properly, can be a wealth. Okay, so this much you have to write for the symbols. So next one, B. This symbol shows, this symbol tells us to save electricity. And if electricity is carefully used, we can save our natural resources. And this message is given through this picture. So this much you have to write for the symbol. Next one, C. The picture of cycle is given. So what you have to write here? Use of bicycle means use of green energy. By riding on a bicycle, we save on fuel and use our own muscular energy. So it is the best eco-friendly, non-polluting vehicle. Okay. So this much you have to write for 3 marks. Our next question. So observe the figure and answer the questions given below. So you have to observe the figure carefully and write the answer to the questions given below. So what kind of energy is generated in the above process? If you look at the picture, you can identify that this picture or this flow chart, it is of natural gas. If you have studied all the thermal power plants, natural gas, wind energy, solar energy, all energies, if you have studied, then you can identify it easily. So for the first question, how will you write? The diagram is flow diagram showing electricity generated from natural gas. So electricity, it is generated through natural gas. And second question, that is the above energy generation center is based on which source? So for the what the answer is expected? The energy is generated from natural gas. Okay. So next question, that is which is more eco-friendly? Power generation from coal or power generation from natural gas, and why? Two questions are given. So you have to write the answer in this way. Power generation from natural gas is more eco-friendly. Natural gas does not contain sulfur, and hence its burning does not cause major pollution by forming sulfur dioxide. The efficiency of power generation by natural gas is also high. So eco-friendly power generation is through natural gas only. Okay. Okay, just we will move to fifth question of question number 3. That is identify my phylum or class and write an example. So here one statement is given and you have to identify the phylum or class and you have to give example. Any one example is expected. So the first, the question is, I have mammary glands with hair on my body. So you have to identify the animal or the class that belongs to this statement. So mammary glands with hair, they are present in mammals. Okay, so mammals, so the class indirectly you can write or directly you can write that the class is mammalia. The animals which have mammary glands, they belong to class mammalia. And the examples that are easy and which animals they have hairs, that are cat and dog. Both have mammary glands. Okay. So next one, my body is radially symmetrical. Water vascular system is present in my body and I am referred as fish, though I am not. So you have to identify which phylum it belongs and which one is the example of this phylum. So if the body is radially symmetry, it is easy to identify that the example is of starfish, because only starfish it has radial symmetry. In each symmetry it can be divided equally. And so water vascular system is present. So this point is also relevant to starfish. And I am referred as fish means in the name fish is there, though I am not, but it is not a fish, but it is its name has fish in it. So example is starfish, and the phylum to which this starfish belongs, it is phylum Echinodermata. So the third one, that is, though I am a multicellular animal, there are no tissues in my body. So the answer to this option is phylum Porifera, and example is sponges. Okay. Now we will move to our next question, that is sixth one. What is industrial microbiology? And write down the names of the two crops that have raised using biotechnology. So you have to first write the definition of industrial microbiology. So what is industrial microbiology? Industrial microbiology is a branch of applied microbiology in which microorganisms are used in industrial processes. So, for example, in the production of high-value products such as drugs, chemicals, fuels, and electricity. So industrial microbiology, it is a branch which is applied microbiology and in which microorganisms are used in industrial processes. And the second question in this is write down the names of two crops. The two crops that have been raised using biotechnology are BT cotton and BT brinjal. Okay, so this answer is expected for the questions. So next question, that is seventh one, that is observe the diagram below and answer the following questions. So this diagram is given and questions are given below. That is lack of management of which factor is shown in the above picture. So if you observe the picture, you can see that it is the diagram of sewage. Okay, so the above picture shows the lack of management of sewage, resulting into wastewater being dumped carelessly. So you can see that this sewage it is result into being um, means waste water being dumped carelessly. So next question, that is how can that factor be managed with the help of microbes? So the answer to this question is microbes which can destroy the pathogens of cholera, typhoid, etc. are mixed with sewage, and they release methane, and by decomposition of the carbon compounds present in sewage, other microbes that decompose chemical compounds are also released. So phenol oxidizing bacteria decompose the xenobiotic chemicals present in sewage. So this answer is expected for this question. So next question, that is how the oil spills in oceans are cleared. So there are oil spills in oceans, and how can it be cleared? How you will write the answer for to this question? That is hydrocarbonoclastic bacteria like Alkanivorex and Pseudomonas are used to clear the oil spillage from ocean water. These bacteria decompose the hydrocarbons, and they bring about the reaction of released carbon with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water. So for 3 marks, you can write this much answer to this question. Now, next question, that is question number 8. This is the last question from third, means question number 3. You have to write any 5 from these 8 questions. So the last question, that is why some of the organs in human body are most valuable. So the answer to this question is, first you have to write this answer point wise. First is various organs in the human body become less efficient or completely functionless due to various reasons like aging, accidents, infections, disorders, etc. Second point, that is life of such person becomes difficult or fatality may occur. So many organs in human body remain functional for certain period even after death occurs under specific conditions. So these organs can be transplanted on donation. Hence, certain organs like heart, kidney, eyes, liver, heart, walls, skin, etc. are more valuable. So this much answer is expected for 3 marks. So next question, that is explain the human female reproductive system with the help of a neat and labeled diagram. So this is the diagram of female reproductive system. You have to draw and label it and draw the diagram neatly, and you can score all means whole marks for this question. So this question it carries 5 marks, and you have to draw neatly the diagram, and you will score 5 marks for this question. Otherwise, if you don't means if you don't want to attempt this question, then the second question you have to only attempt any one from this question number 4. So otherwise, if you have any problem in drawing any diagram, you can solve second question. That is, observe the picture below and answer the following questions. So here questions are given. You have to first observe the picture carefully and then answer the questions. Which mental illness is shown in the above picture? Second question is, which social message do you want to convey through this picture? And last one, that is, what are the various measures to relieve mental stress? So if you answer these 3 questions, then also you can score 5 marks for question number 4. So what are the answers? So for the first question, that is, which mental illness is shown in the above picture, you can write the answer, that is, the picture shows insensitivity, which is a type of human nature. Means in that picture, you can see there is an accident and peoples, they are means taking videos or taking photos of that incident, and they are means their duty is to take that person to hospital, but they are only doing their means they are using that pictures to upload for social media. Okay, so this is the insensitive nature of humans. So you can write the answer in this way. So the second question, that is, which social message do you want to convey through this picture? So here your personal opinion is asked. So if you will write the answer, you must write that in points. You can write first, that is, instead of taking photographs or videos of the accident, the victim should be immediately given first aid. So this is the first opinion, that is correct opinion from your side. If you write this point, you can score out of marks. So second, that is, call on 100, number 100 and 108, and seek immediate help from police and ambulance. So this must be done wherever you see accidents or any disaster. So you have to call first the number 100 or 108 for ambulance. So the third point, that is, disperse the crowd and try to save life of victim by giving CPR. So here you have to give first aid to that person, and you have to means disperse the crowd due to what, that oxygen level is low in that area. So if you disperse the crowd, the victim can respire oxygen, and that may help that victim. Okay, so in this way you will write the answer to second question. Now the third question, that is the last question of this question paper, that is, what are the various measures to relieve mental stress? So you have to write point wise this answer. The answer to this question, that is, deep breathing exercises. Second is meditation. Third is maintain physical exercise and good nutrition. Manage social media time. Next is connect with others. Next one is get enough sleep, listen to music, eat a healthy diet. If you write only these type means these points, you can score all marks, that is 5 marks to these 3 questions. So in this way, we have solved the paper, prelim paper 4, and we have completed the analysis of this paper. I think I have given you the right guidance for this, and it will help you in solving this type of question papers in your board exams. Okay, so in this way we will conclude the session here, the analysis session. Okay, ma'am. Hello. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Teacher?